What's up, everybody? Josh Clow here. Today we're going to be discussing about the trade that the Miami Dolphins did with us getting Matt Breida. Overall, I absolutely love this trade. I think this was a very perfect trade, and I'm going to describe just why in a minute. But overall, I think it was a beautiful, perfect trade that Chris Grier and Matt Flores had pulled off. We traded pick 153, 5th round, for Matt Breida. Funny thing is, it's the same pick that we got when we traded Kenyon Drake to the Cardinals. So we basically just switched running backs at that point. Unfortunately, Matt Breida is not as dynamic as Kenyon Drake, but he can get the job done. He's a 25-year-old guy, just turned 25. He's still young. 3 years experience in the NFL, so he has his feet wet. He knows what he's doing. He has that experience. Went to a Super Bowl this year. He was on a Super Bowl caliber team. He has that experience. Though he was in a running back committee. Although he did start most of the games. I think it was 13 games that he has started. But near the end of the season, they kind of started rolling with the committee with Tevin Coleman and Monstart. And it was kind of like each week was a different guy that took off. But overall, Matt Breida, in his 3 years in the NFL, all with the 49ers, 1,900 rushing yards with 6 rushing touchdowns. He has 561 receiving yards with 4 touchdowns. And the stat that impresses me, which is probably some of why Brian Flores wanted to go get him, is he's averaging 5 yards a carry, career-wise. And that's phenomenal when you're looking at a running back. That's what you want. 5 yards a carry. That's talking about in 2 carries, he's getting a first down for you guys. So that's very important when you want to look at. And I love how they're going to pair him up with Jordan Howard. You're talking about 2 guys, who can run, who can receive. These guys are they're still young. Jordan Howard's 26 years old, 4 years in the NFL. He did have an injury last year. That's why his stats are little. And when you look at his stats last year, also it was with the Eagles. Eagles was really banged up last year. I mean, you're talking about backups on every position when they went into the playoffs, including quarterback when Carson Wentz went down. So that team was just banged up in the whole. But Jordan Howard still produced very well for how many games and what he did during the injury. And then let's not forget what he did with the Chicago Bears when he was with them. Jordan Howard has over 3,000 rushing yards within 4 years. 26 rushing touchdowns. The guy is pretty well. I mean, Matt Breida is, well, too. Like I said, it's a very young 1-2 duo. Kalen Ballage will probably be the third guy in. I think they're going to go running back committee. They're not going to have a set starter for the fact that these guys can all do what they need to do in certain positions and circumstances in the game. But Matt Breida's only due $3 million this year, although it's his last year on his rookie contract. So the Dolphins do have the first go-around to re-sign him. I don't see him, inking a really big deal with the Dolphins. I honestly believe the Dolphins will go running back in next year's draft, and which is probably the reason why they didn't really draft a running back this year, because I think they have prospects that they're really eyeing on next year. And you don't forget the Dolphins still have 2 first-round picks next year, one with the Texans, and I believe they have 2 second rounds. Quote me if I'm wrong. I didn't look that up right before I did this video. But if you're talking about a team who's really filling the holes this year with a lot of their picks, they just got their franchise quarterback in Tua. You're building up that defense, you're building up the line. You may not have a lot of holes to fill next year. You could probably use one of your 2 first-rounders on a running back. Try to find the next Christian McCaffrey, Delvin Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, one of those type of guys, who can be top 5 in the league in rushing, who can get you receiving yards, and really just, you're the reason, he's one of the big reasons why the team is averaging 25-plus points a game. So I see that happening next year, and that's why they didn't do it this year. But overall, I like this trade a lot. They're not spending too much money on the running backs this year. Jordan Howard signed a 2-year deal, I believe. So these guys aren't long-term. They're just kind of here for now. We don't really know what the Dolphins will be this year. It really just depends on if Ryan Fitzpatrick can play on a high level, which he's Fitzmagic. he will do good, then he will do bad. He's also getting really old. You don't know how much left, how much gas he has left, and it really depends on, will Tua play? Will he fall under the Lamar Jackson? The Ravens were just kind of being bad. Lamar Jackson comes in late, propel them into the playoffs, and try to make a playoff push. That's something that's probably going to happen with Tua. They're saying that Tua won't play at all this season coming up. I don't believe that. He won't start in the beginning. No, they'll wait a little bit until they see if the Dolphins are like 3-5 after like midway season. Maybe we should bring Tua and see what he does, and maybe we can like push our way to the division, because the division's wide open. Granted, the Bills are the heavy favorites. I mean, they're loaded and stacked, but anything could happen in the league. But kind of see where that goes. But it's a very young team that the Dolphins are building. I really like this trade. Let me know down below what you guys think about the trade, how you guys like the trade. If you guys didn't like the trade, let me know. And let me know overall how you guys feel about the draft overall for the Miami Dolphins. What would you grade it? After day 1, 2, and 3, got all our picks, all the trades, all that. So let me know down below. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so you guys don't miss any other videos. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.